In another group, this study looked at 17 resistance-trained males, were placed in one of two groups, and they had a whey protein supplement with some carbohydrates and a little bit of creatine thrown in it. The first group took the supplement immediately before and after their exercise session. The second group took the supplement early in the morning and late in the evening. And so what this shows you is really, again, the power of timing this around the exercise sessions and how important the timing is around the exercise sessions. So the morning-evening group had some increases in lean body mass, but the pre-post had 46% greater increases in lean body mass. Same workouts, same product, just a different timing. Again, we see here 34% greater muscle fiber hypertrophy, so the individual fibers. And one of the reasons that very often you'll see in some of this research, or I'll bring up in some of these studies, a difference between muscle size and muscle fiber size is that you can see increases in muscle fiber size which are going to contribute to strength increases. So you can get stronger and stronger by increasing the muscle fiber size, but it doesn't really result in an increase in the whole muscle size. So you don't really look any bigger. You don't see big changes on the scale because the muscle fibers, remember, we're really talking about little microscopic entities here at this point. But you can increase this fiber size and see increases in strength without seeing increases in weight. And I know for a lot of people on weight loss programs that becomes important. I know a lot of people are worried about, yeah, you know, I want to get stronger and fitter, but I don't really want to get any bigger. Well, there are ways of training that can do this. And we see that the nutrient timing also has a big effect on the muscle fibers themselves. So we can see here now looking just at strength itself. So upper body bench press strength was measured, 26% more upper body strength when you did pre versus and post exercise versus morning evening. And again, lower body strength, 21% more lower body strength doing pre-post versus morning evening. So, you know, the question you've got to really ask yourself is, if you're going to put in the time to do an exercise session, do you really want to give out or give up 25, 30, 35% more benefits from that exercise session just by not taking your nutrients in at the right time? Because that's really what we're talking about here, folks, is how do you get more out of your exercise session? And it's really about when you take the product in. Now, another period that really isn't as critical a period, but just something that I came across that was interesting and is related to nutrient timing, a mid-afternoon boost. So, you know, many of you you're out working all day long, and you kind of have this little bit of a lull in the middle of the afternoon, you know, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, kind of halfway between lunch and dinner time. And a lot of people will grab something sugary or have another coffee or something like that to try to get the energy to get through the rest of the afternoon. But what I found was interesting is there was some recent research from the University of Central Florida that looked at this. It was a blend of B vitamins, caffeine, tyrosine, and L-carnitine, which really had a very similar makeup as the Evolve Thin does. And what they found when they looked at this product, they actually found improved reaction time and feelings of alertness and focus when subjects were fatigued. So, you know, this might be something that's worth considering, taking a shot of the Thin right before you go into important meetings or exams, and it may actually help. It may help boost your performance. It may help you be a little sharper when you're in there talking to somebody trying to seal a deal or something like that. And this is really a much better tool than the straight caffeine for a mid-morning pickup, because you don't tend to have as much of a crash off of this type of a product as you do off of just a straight caffeine all on its own. So just something not entirely related to nutrient timing, but just kind of another novel way of using some of the products, so that don't think of the Thin as just a weight loss product on its own. It may actually be a better energy product than it is a weight loss product. So let's kind of sum all this up now on really how you should go about using your products. And I know that, you know, there's 9 different potential packages in there, so each of you is going to have differing amounts of the product that's available to you. So what I'm going to put out here is kind of in priority, in order of priority, how you would want to use these. So your first priority is a post-exercise shake. So that becomes the #1 thing. You need to get that in after your exercise session. So if you've only got 1 shake a day, get the shake in after the exercise session. If you've got 1 shake a day and you're not exercising on a particular day, then you would take that as a morning shake. But anytime you have an exercise session, that takes priority because that's where the product, the shake, is going to have the biggest impact on your health, your performance, you know, how you feel, all that kind of stuff. The next option, or the next priority, is the post-workout shake plus the Ultimate. So if you have Ultimate in your package, great. If you buy the Ultimate as a boost, or you might want to consider buying the Ultimate as a boost to your package, you really want to combine that with your post-exercise shake. The two together, as we saw with that combination of a little bit more carbohydrate along with the protein, has a huge, huge impact on what you get out of your exercise session. Not to mention the antioxidants that are in the Ultimate are going to be a good aid to recovery as well. Third priority is the morning shake. So if you've got multiple shakes in the day, so you're getting enough product that you can have 2 shakes a day, then you would set it up so that you do a morning shake. So first thing in the morning you have your shake, and then you do a post-workout or a post-exercise shake. So if you're in a package where you can get enough to have 2 shakes a day, or you set it up so that you can manage this somehow, that would be when you take it in. The morning shake becomes the second priority after you've done a post-exercise shake. Third would be your mid-morning, mid-afternoon, excuse me, kind of thin boost. So that's sort of on a timing basis, kind of a third priority. It's not as critical when you take that. It's one of those things you can sort of take it when you need it. And then finally the water, so the Archaea Active Water, that's something that's just good to kind of take throughout the day. Make sure you stay well hydrated. You can actually use it to mix your shakes as well. Is a good way to get the benefits of the Archaea Active along with your post-workout or post-exercise recovery shake. So that's kind of in a nutshell quickly how to use and get the most out of the products that you're buying. You know, I know that it takes a little bit more planning than just sort of random eating and stuff throughout the day, but if you're really investing in your health, you're investing time in these exercise programs, then I think this becomes a really huge part of the whole process, and it's something that you really need to be thinking about and considering. So hopefully this has given you a few things to think about, and we'll be posting a few more of these types of talks on the specific challenges and getting into more detail on some nutrition and things like that in the weeks and months to come. I hope you all have a great day, and thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Ed. It's very much appreciated. And I think in a nutshell, when we know better, we can do better. And if more people knew this kind of information, certainly more people would do exercise and eat properly. So thanks a lot for giving us even more reasons to share the 84 program. Have a great day, everybody.